Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and today I want to go over some of the Benchmade knife servicing tools that are offered. I've got 3 of them here, along with my favorite knife sharpening stone, a Benchmade Griptilian, kind of a classic. This one's one of the most popular Benchmade sold. The actual Work Sharp, which the Benchmade is rebranded, and the Snap-on hex key set that sometimes comes in handy when working on different knives, although most of these are all Torx, so I use the Benchmade for these. So let's get started. First of all, let me pull this one out of the pouch, since that's kind of what matters. What this is kind of the standard, almost like a bike tool form factor set of wrenches. And this one has, I'll go through what's available here. On this side, you've got some, the smaller torque wrenches, a slotted, and this here is actually, this comes in handy, believe it or not. This is a diamond coated tapered bit here that you can use to sharpen serrations. So most of the time you don't actually get a good serration sharp when you're using a traditional stone or ceramic, but this actually does work. Sharpens fish hooks, sharpens all kinds of things, but it allows you to get right up close into those little nooks and crannies of the serrations, and really makes a big difference should you happen to have dulled your serrations. Of course, you want to work this side with a traditional sharpener. If you feel comfortable, you can use this, but it's easy to dull your work. Anyway, so that's what's on this side of the tool. We flip over to the other side. You've got a standard, a number 2 Phillips and a set of hexes. It looks like they go down to about 1.5 or 2 millimeter on up to whatever that is, a 4. And then they've got a diamond sharpener, and this actually slides out, so you have one more hex tool here. And then you also have this diamond sharpener that can be used separate or attached. And it's got the standard, I believe these are 20 degrees of ceramic and of the carbide. So the carbide will take off quite a bit of metal. You got to be a little careful. And then the ceramic is just a step above a stropping. I mean, it does take off a tiny bit because you can see it gets black. But this one here will actually take off the metal, and you have to be a little gentle. If you don't need it, don't use it. But you can anyway. See how that works? It's got a little thumb placement, thumb index finger holding placement here. So is it my favorite? No, I use way better, way other, more effective stuff. But this actually is a decent little tool, and sometimes you've got to have those smaller sets of Torx if you don't have them. So this is a way you can get them if you're into knives. This here is Snap-on's kind of not Snap-on, Benchmade, another premium brand. I'm mixing them up. Benchmade's, actually, where that came from is Snap-on, I believe, is involved in the production of Park tools. And Park tools are the high-end, American-made, I should say, high-end bicycle tools. So, and they also use this blue, so I often think of Park when I see the blue, but of course Benchmade's blue as well. This just has a standard, or a regular set of Torx. If I go down and look at this, is the I think the T6, is that right? Yeah, T6, all the way up to this well, is that right? I don't know if these are out of order, I'll check. A massive, what do we got here? Is that a T10 or something? Yeah. T10's the biggest. So T6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And why that's important is you may not actually have the full set for your knife needs. These often have, you know, there's a lot of different torque sizes on these guys, especially when you go to larger or smaller knives. And if you have a set, this is often my go-to here. This is a max set. In fact, it's the, in particular, the 123-piece set. I like the bits on this, and you can see I've got all kinds of the torques starting from T6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it jumps to 15, and those are the security bits with the holes. But then down here, I also have the T6, 7, 8. Look at that, no 10, or no 9, but there is a 9 here. So anyway, pay attention to that, but this is a lot more expensive than going out and getting your little Benchmade set. As far as a snap-on, why that's in here is some of the knives I service use these little tiny hex fasteners. And the snap-on, this particular one, goes, you know, as you can see from the sizes listed here, it goes from small to smallest. It's kind of amazing how little these things go. And this is a pretty good deal from Snap-on. I mentioned that in another video, but basically getting this many different tools in this solid housing with the Snap-on warranty for something seriously low, like 15 bucks or something. I can't remember what it was. That's what I got these for. Maybe they've gone up now, but I absolutely love these things. I ended up thinking, I need a bunch of these. I'm going to put them everywhere, which I did. So this is a handy knife tool. I use it in gunsmithing a lot for a few other things. This is one of my favorites for just general sharpening. This is the Falkniven DC4, and Falkniven is a Swedish company, although a lot of their knives start out with their blade steel forged in Japan, which I'm totally cool with. I think that's great because Japan's got about a 1,200, 1,500 year lead on us in making quality knife steel. But anyway, this uses a ceramic on the one side, and you can see the split here. It's mostly this ceramic, and that's not unusual. And then it uses a diamond side, and this is a pretty aggressive diamond. You can hear that. It will take off plenty of metal, and then you can polish it up. Not quite hone it, strop it, but you can get it nice right there. So anyway, this is one of my favorites. It's a DC4. It's a 4-inch that Falkniven makes, and you can use it aggressively, you can use it finely. But what does Benchmade have? Benchmade has this. And what this is a rebranded Work Sharp sharpener. And this is a pretty intricate thing. So first of all, here and here it has a 20-degree guide. And what that means is when you lay the blade down on this and hold it in your stroke, you're holding it at the 20 degrees, because that's what that means. You know, at the 20 degrees that's the proper angle for getting a blade sharpened up. Some people hold it too steep. Most people hold it too shallow. It has both of the 20-degree guide on a really fine diamond stone and a really coarse diamond stone. So you can use it there. This one is pretty sharp, so I don't have to do much, but I could spend some time. So this ramp right there gives you the proper angle in order to slide across the cutting or the sharpening surface. Then you can transfer to a much finer ceramic stone here. And this one actually rotates, as you see, as I turn this, to 3 different types of textures. This is a rib texture. This is a rough texture with lines, and these can also be used for fish hooks and things like that. And this is smooth. I'm going to put it on the smooth, line up my blade at this angle that you see right here, and then slide it across as if I'm slicing cheese. And you see that black line that just formed here? That's because it's actually taking off metal. This is a porous ceramic, incredibly sharp when you dial that in. And then, taking it even one step further, it's got a stropping surface, but it doesn't have the angles. And the reason is, when you strop, you move in the direction away from the cutting surface, while in the sharpening side, or the metal removal side, you literally bring it in as if you're slicing that cutting surface. It also has a very small ceramic here that can be used for real fine work, or it can be used for small things, or it can be used if I want to switch this out and polish up some of the serrations. So I can get this thing really sharp. Has a lanyard hole here. And you might think, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Well, wait, there's more. Because these pop off. These plates, they're held on with a neodymium magnet. It has sharpening instructions here. And I actually, on another one, this is the work sharp version, have filled it with different tools. And these were actually from a Leatherman system that I used, where this was the Leatherman. They actually fit onto a port on the Leatherman tool, and those are all different sized hexes, even though they're flat. Leatherman designed them in order to fit into some of the different sized spots. This small hex, you can see there, small small torque, small hex. All that fits inside here, and so of course you can stock this with whatever tools you need. This was actually set up for a larger, for saws and things like that that I might use when I'm out. When I'm out and about. So there's the stropping, there's the coarse, the fine, the ceramic, the rotatable, and the small profile. So that is what's up with this, or with the Benchmade sharpening tool. So keep your knives sharp. And then use them. Get out and use them. So with that, Doc out.